What's up, guys? Been a nice week, hasn't it? Yeah. I surprised you. Wasn't no countdown today. But I'll tell you what we got going on here. What?
Hold back. Hold on. Okay, I'm good now. I didn't have a picture. I just want to make sure everybody could see it.
The Lady Prepper lost everything.
Yeah, everything stopped. It froze up.
All right.
Sorry about that.
All right. Been a lot going on this week. You know, we need to talk about it again a little bit. Some of it's silly and fun, and some of it's just ridiculous, as usual. But let's just see who's here first. Let's see who we got here. I got Tammy Joe first. All right. Nick L is with us. Talked to him on the radio the other day. Nice to hook up with you. And you'll be glad to know all day today I was programming another radio. I got a quad band radio. Has 6 meter, 10 meter, the 2 meter, and the 70 centimeter. So I'm going through the programming on that one. I think I finally got it right. I did a field check with Craig today, and everything. He said everything sounded good on his end. So hopefully I got it right. Glenn Anderson. All right. There we go. Michelle J's with us. Who else we got down here? I'm surely we got somebody. Lynn Stalker's with us. There's my girl right there. Yep. Hope everybody had a great week since last week. This was supposed to be the 300th video. And that was going to be my big announcement. I posted the comment the other day, the note the other day. This was supposed to be the 300th video, but turns out it's 301. After the news broke yesterday that the U.S. was under a serious threat, I did a quick, did a short video on that just to give everybody a heads up. So that was number 300, but we're going to give some stuff away. I'm going to give you the particulars at the end of this show, so you need to stick around. Who else we got with us here? Debbie Jones is with us. There we go, from Narcoossee. Robert's with us. Yes, sir. We got to get together. We got to get out to the gun range and work with that long gun you got. That's going to be your favorite one, I promise you.
There's a record waiting on.
Rebecca is with us. Hope everything's good up in Arkansas tonight. If you see me glancing up, I got the Daytona races on the TV.
Dylan caused
up here. Dylan, imagine that. Dylan caused it. Oh, Jimmy Johnson's involved. He might get in anyway, though. Let's see if we got anybody else down here tonight. John H. is with us, the man. Buzz Runner's in the house. Greg Harmon's here. Yeah, all right. Linda was the first one in. Well, no, Tammy Joe was the first one in. Linda Farrow's with us tonight. Anybody else down here? Metal's back. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. There's the man right there, All-American Prepper. You'll need to go over and check his channel out if you hadn't. He posted one last week about how the military's done away with their GED or high school diploma requirements to get into the military. You know what that means, folks? Draft's coming. Draft's coming. You need to get ready for it. Tennessee's with us. All right. Fourth and gold in the house. Did you guys get much snow up there? I know it got pretty bad up that way this week. Wanda's back. Yeah.
Linda Farrow says it's snowing and blowing in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Pennsylvania. There was a lot of folks without power in Pennsylvania yesterday. I think they got most of that situation corrected, though. Patriot Ordnance. All right. Who else we got down here? Is that about it? No, y'all still talking. There's Swackhammer, my man right there. Fluffy. D.O. All right. All right. Who else we got down here? That's about it. Looks like
everybody.
Yeah, it looks like that's everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Been a lot going on this week. I'm sure you've been aware of it.
slap your email down there.
Need my email in there? All right.
Just in case.
Let me do that. There we go. See, that's my producer over there. She's telling me what to do.
I try all the time.
Like any other day, right?
Yeah. He listens, don't you know?
But one of our friends, one of our illustrious representatives from Tennessee, just straight up made an ass out of himself the other day. Steve Cohen, he's a representative house member out of Tennessee. He posted a thing on Twitter the other day that said he, kind of disappointed because a lot of people didn't stand up for the Negro national anthem during the Super Bowl. That guy's a piece of work. He's an idiot. If you're not familiar with this guy, you really, whenever you see a report about this guy, you really need to watch it. Listen to what he says and see what he does. He's a moron. You get a good laugh out of him. Bill made it. There we go. He's in the house.
Glenn says he heard that on Fox that California is going to start recruiting illegals for police officers in LA.
Yep. I just popped that up there. Yeah, they've lifted their restrictions on police officers because they can't get any educated people to actually join the police force. I should say educated Americans. Maybe a few of those immigrants are educated, but I doubt it. They're not all dumb criminals. Some of them are good folks. And they did come here to make a living, so hopefully they can pick those out of the bunch that they have applying to be a police officer. But, me being who I am, coming from where I came, it'd be kind of hard for one of them people to tell me to do a damn thing. I'll be honest with you. But that's just me. I could be wrong. I can tell you this, it's absolute fact. It would be a problem. That's a fact. Got about 8 inches of snow Wednesday, melted rather quickly. All right, that's good.
Does Rebecca have a channel? Michelle's asking.
Rebecca does have a channel. Rebecca, pop your channel in there in the comments so people can click on it. What we got here? Tommy took a knee. Yeah, sure did.
All American, exactly. Could you imagine getting arrested by an illegal?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
An illegal is going to arrest me.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. It's showtime. I go scorched earth on that asshole. But that's just me. I'm not saying you should do that. Gina's with us tonight. All right. My girl right there. That girl's got a wolf. That's how tough she is. She got a wolf living in the house. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. But something is going on that you really need to pay serious attention to. Don't know if you heard or not. I saw it on Fox. It's actually a couple of weeks ago I saw this report where the beef industry is reporting record lows for their product this year, which means the price of beef is going to go through the roof. So what I'm thinking is, if you're stocking those long-term foods, the dehydrated, the freeze dries, or whatever, you might want to start getting those meats right now before they really get in short supply. Because if you do have to get down the road and you're having to do for yourself, we know the government ain't going to be able to do anything for anybody. It's a lot easier to grow vegetables and then fix a side dish of dehydrated meat. Instead of buying, dehydrated vegetables right now, I would be buying dehydrated meats because you can always grow vegetables. It's a learning process, but it can be done. It's hard to raise a cow, though. It's hard to raise a pig, a goat, whatever. You might not be able to do it where you live, but pretty much anybody can have a garden. So, get on board with doing that gardening. Growing those potatoes or, lettuce, cabbage, whatever.
And chickens.
Yeah, you can do that pretty much anywhere. Now, where you are, I don't know if you can have chickens or not. Here in Orlando, thank goodness we can. We're restricted to 4, and that's all I have is 4. 4. Remember that. But that meat, those meat prices are going to go through the roof. So the long-term food storage and meats is going to go through the roof. But like I said, buy those now, and a couple of years, down the road when you need them. I should say if you need them. See, I'm not being very optimistic there, am I? But a couple of years down the road when it's necessary for you to dip into that, by then you'll be growing you a good garden. You'll see what's coming. You'll know you're going to have to feed yourself. And you can easily turn around a garden, in 6 or 8 months. And like I said, just fix you up some of that dehydrated meat to go along with the vegetables you grow. That's my idea. I think that's what you need to be doing. That's what, we're going to do. When we buy more dehydrated, it's going to be meat. That's simple. But another thing going on you might not know about, but there's a large cluster of sunspots right now that's facing the earth. And scientists are saying, if they start spewing, it's going to affect the earth. But just keep your eyes on the news for that. If it does happen, that's one I can say if, not when. We'll have a couple of days heads up, and surely they'll let us know. I hope they do anyway. If not, you should have some items protected already that you can be sure they're safe. Comms equipment, radios, TVs, computers, whatever. that those things might affect. You should already have that in place. If you don't, I'm going to help you out with that in just a few minutes. Promise you. What we got in the comments here? We got anything going on here? Who's that? Oh, there we go. We're allowed 4 test thing. You had to take a class. Ain't that ridiculous?
I had to take a class 11 years ago and get a certificate before I could get chickens.
To own a damn chicken?
It was right when they first started it. We were the test pilot people in Orlando, in the city limits.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I was like on the first group of people they gave permits to. You had to have a permit to get chickens. I don't know if you still do, because I've never
really
checked back to see if I need to renew it.
And so. God knows we would never go over the limit on those chickens.
Of course not.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Hope you got those 4, Saint. I do hope you have them. Fluffy's down to 5 chickens. Wow, yeah, you need to step it up. I mean, you got to look at it like we do. I mean, I think you should. You don't have to, but you should. We try to keep enough chickens on hand to feed us each day. So if we're down to just what those chickens produce and there's nothing else to eat, we'll have eggs to sustain us each day. So we have enough chickens to take care of that. And that's the way you should look at it. So make sure you have enough to produce you the amount of food you need to survive for each day.
I think the old days when they told you had, what was it called when you had to grow stuff and vegetables during the war? I forget what they named it, but they had a chart and every one person.
It was a victory garden.
Victory garden. And then 1 chicken per person.
Yeah. It was a victory garden.
In your family. Yeah.
Appreciate it, Bill. All right. That's been there for a couple of weeks. I change it every now and then.
Like your old backdrop. There's a little conversation going back and forth.
Yeah. Which one do you like better? The old backdrop? What are they talking about?
Like that.
The guns and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we might get back to doing that here and there. What we got here? Don't say a word, 4th and goal. All right. You heard the word from the woman right there, buddy. That's all of that. All right. What else we want to talk about tonight? Of course, we got to talk about the mess over in Kansas City. But first, I want to get to this because it's kind of connected. We've all heard that the federal government wants the credit card companies to track gun purchases made through credit cards. Well, they kicked that off in California this month. They're actually doing that in California. The state approved it, and it's in effect right now. So if there's anybody out there listening that lives in California, you buy a gun, you buy ammo, you go to a gun range, you buy targets, you buy holsters, whatever. The state government knows it because of your credit card company. If you use a credit card, your credit card company is telling on you. This person is purchasing subversive equipment. So you need to make sure that they know that when you buy something like that, use cash. I've told you that before. You need to use cash whenever you buy stuff like that.
Our son was winning on the fourth turn, and
But
Reddit pushed him out of the way. Just saying.
she's into the race big time. We all heard about the shooting over there in Houston on Sunday at the church. But once they found out who the shooter was, that went away real quick. It was an immigrant who identified as trans and had Free Palestine scribed on the firearm they used. So the media had to get rid of that real quick. It had to go. But there was the other shooting this week, which was in Kansas City. We all know about that one. But so far, and at 6:30 tonight, I've double-checked this to make sure. I was watching a news report. They still haven't charged anybody with the shooting in Kansas City. Even though they have 3 people in custody, there's still no charges, which is ridiculous. I don't know what the holdup is. I mean, I do know what the holdup is, but I can't say it here. If you'll just go on the internet and look at who the suspects are, then you'll know. So, I'm going to leave that right there. That's ridiculous that they're absolutely just not charging them, not because they didn't do anything, but because of who they are. So go check that out. And the St. Louis mayor today on TV bitching about the gun crime in his city. There's no such thing as gun crime. A gun has never committed a crime, ever, not once. People commit crimes. They also commit crimes with hammers, knives, axe, sticks. Why is there no axe crime? Why is there no knife crime? All of this gun control bullshit is getting out of hand because this administration's pushing it, and all these liberal cities are going right along with it, and they're making it worse on people like you and me because the media plays that stuff up like the gun is the problem. They're going to keep pushing until they push it too far. And when they do, they're going to get something they wish they'd never asked for. But that's what they're asking for. But let me get on by that. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. This fellow right here, we all heard about him this week. He's the chairman of the Intelligence Committee for the House of Representatives. He said that the U.S. is facing an imminent threat, and that was all he said. That was yesterday. Nobody knew what he was talking about. But today it's being reported that the threat is the Russians developing a nuclear weapon for space. Now, I might be wrong, but I think they've had that technology for about 40 years. And I know anytime mankind has developed a technology to produce a weapon, they've done it. Not once has there ever been a weapon developed that wasn't used in one form or another. So I think all of this is just smoke and mirrors to justify that $60 billion going to Ukraine. I could be wrong, though. That's just my opinion. I think once they passed that $60 billion to go to the Senate, they had to come up with something to scare people to justify it because people are getting sick of it. People are getting sick of sending that money over there. $60 billion. Can you imagine how many American veterans we can house with that? How many homeless children we could feed? How many homeless families we could put somewhere where they'd be warm at night? $60 billion. They know people are tired of it, so they had to come up with something to justify it. And this is what they came up with. It's a joke. This government has everybody in America living in a PsyOp. It's all a damn show, folks. They're trying to play everybody out there to bleed us dry and take all they can get. And this is the best they could come up with. Well, hopefully Mike Johnson will stand his ground in the House of Representatives and not fund that $60 billion. But I'd be almost willing to bet that the Republicans will collapse. They'll give in like they always do. They don't stand their ground. They're all a bunch of cowards. And it's just getting old. And them scaring people. And another thing they did, they upped the DefCon level yesterday to 2 for the United States. They went from 3 to 2. You wouldn't believe the shit show that was involved with that. When I posted it on social media, people telling me about what the DefCon level is not released to the public, and how only top military personnel are familiar with, actually what the DefCon level is. And another one telling me this was the best one. We don't need to worry about that until it gets to 4. That's when everything gets bad.
Oh my God.
And the person that said that is somebody that I respect. He's a friend of mine, but he thinks he knows more about this kind of thing than I do. And I just sent him a message, on the side. If I tell you something like this, don't doubt it. Just go check it out. Do your own research, and you'll find out that I'm telling you the truth. I've been doing this kind of thing too long to not know what the DEFCON level is. That's crazy. And even after I explained it to several people, go to this website. I got it linked below down in the description box if you want to hit it. Now it will take you directly to the U.S. DEFCON level instead of the general DEFCON levels for, around the globe. But I told them, if you go to just the home page, click on where it says USA at the top, right at the top of the page. And I did a little diagram here to show them where it is. And still, even after that, some were telling me, no, the level's at 3. Give me a damn break. I've been doing this kind of thing a long time, folks. If I tell you something like that's going on, and you can bet that's what's going on. I'm not making any money trying to mislead you. What we got here? Where's Jimmy Stewart when you need him? Yeah. Yeah, remember Dr. Strangelove? That was my favorite. How about that prick with the ears? Which one you talking about? There's a lot of those pricks around. What we got here? We saw today where they're not asking for food or needs for them, only cash.
For Ukraine.
Yeah, ain't that something? Yeah. Yeah. If you want to send food through a religious organization or some other charitable organization, go for it. People over there need it. I have no doubt. That would be great. But as far as the government financing that anymore and washing that money back to themselves, I'm done with it. And I think most of Americans are as well. And that's why they had to create this fake threat. If they have the technology to put a nuclear weapon in space, it's there. It's there. And like I said, they've had that technology for 40 years. So I'd be willing to bet it's already there. They're just trying to scare the hell out of everybody. And it's getting old with me. I don't know about you. But what are they trying to distract us from? That's the question. They're trying to get your money, that's for sure. And they're creating this story to do it. But, they're distracting us from something. Is it Joe's age? I don't think so. Because even the Democrats are on board with that. They got to get rid of him. He's too old. He's just too stubborn to say, okay, I'm done. But he will eventually. He won't be on the ticket. That was one of my predictions for this year. He will not be the Democratic nominee for president this year. So I don't think that's what they're distracting us from. But there's something going on that they don't want us to know. You can bet your bottom dollar on that. Or they wouldn't be trying to scare the hell out of us. But keep your eyes open. Don't watch just one news source. Do like I do. Check several of them. Hit some of those secondary news sources where you usually find a better story than you find in the mainstream media. But something's going on, and you need to get ready for it. It ain't going to be long, guys, the way things are going. If it's not the economy, everybody's saying, oh, the stock market's great. We're making a hell out of money. That ain't got nothing to do with how much your money's worth. If your dollar's worth 10% of what it is now in a year, then you only have 10% of that money in a year. And you need to start watching those money markets, not the stock market, and watch how trade is going overseas with the U.S. dollar. It's getting murdered. The U.S. dollar is getting murdered on the world stage, and that's what's eventually going to be cause the crumble of the dollar. They're keeping printing more and more and more. Well, they got $100 billion now they passed for Ukraine, the Middle East, and Taiwan. Where are they going to get that money? They're going to print it. And for every dollar they print, it makes yours worth less. Get ready, guys. That's what they don't want you to pay attention to. Get ready for it. Now let's get on to the good news. I got something I'm going to share with you folks. Like I said, this was supposed to be the 300th video, but it's not. It's 301. But as soon as
DefCon.
yeah. But as soon as I hit that 300 number, I said, I'm going to do something for everybody that comes and visits me, everybody that's subscribed. Y'all know how this works out. I'm going to give away something. We got 300 videos, so I'm going to give away 3 radios, one for each 100 videos. I'm going to give away 3 emergency radios. You can charge them with the solar panel on them. They got a crank charger on them with an internal rechargeable battery, or you can put AAA batteries in it. I'm going to give away 3 of these. You guys know how it works. Those of you that's been here for a while, shoot me an email with the screen name I see right here when I look at your name on these comments. I need an email with that name in it, because that might be different than what the name is on your email address. All right. Looks like Patty made it. All right. And Kathy C. Yeah, there we go. Patty made it and Iowa made it. Yeah, 301. Like I said, shoot me that email. The email address is at the bottom, theorlandoprepper@gmail.com. We're going to have a drawing next week. The entries are open until midnight on Sunday. If you send in an email after that, sorry, you're not in. Only send me one email. There are no multiple entries here. Plus, you have to be here next week to claim that prize if your name is drawn. I don't like those electrical computerized drawing things they got on the computer here, because those can be rigged for names to be picked. I checked into them. Some of them you can, it's supposed to be random, but you can enter names that you want to be picked. So I don't do that. I print off each name. I put it in a hat. I pick them out. You guys have seen me do this if you've been here a while. Right now I'm talking about 3. You never know. I might, give away 4 or 5. You never know, but you can't win if you don't enter. So send me that email with your YouTube screen name on it. And I'm going to be drawing those names next Thursday night. So let me go over the rules one more time. You have to send me the email, has to have your YouTube screen name in it, and you have to be here to win. Because when I pull out that name, show it to you, you have to say, I'm here. If you're not here, you don't win. It's that simple. But keep your eyes on what's going on, guys. They're trying to scare the hell out of all of us. And like I said, they're doing it for a reason. But just keep your eyes open on what's going on. I don't think it's going to be much longer that you're going to, you'll be needing those preps you've been putting back. This summer's going to be a mess. It's going to be just like election year in 2020. It's going to be riots and fires and murders and, and then besides that, summer's coming. We got hurricane season. You got tornado season. Right now, up in the Midwest and the Northeast, they're in a snowstorm. You never know when you might need it. So get it together. Get it together today. You don't have to do it all at once, a little bit at a time. So when it does go down, you'll be ready. So hopefully I'll see y'all next week. Hopefully I'll drop you a couple of more videos this week. I'll see you next Thursday night. And everybody will be healthy and happy. And the good Lord will protect you all. So with that, I'm going to say stay strong, keep prepping, and pray for the United States. The Orlando Prepper is out.